Commonwealth Attorney's Office.
May I speak to Erica Matz, please?
One moment.
Commonwealth Attorney's Office, this is Erica.
Hey, Erica, it's Samantha again.
Hi, how are you?
I'm hanging in there. I just wanted to make sure and clarify. I was a little bit confused since we talked the other day. She said that he's pleading to everything but the first two charges. Is that the original deal, or did something change?
No, that's what we originally discussed. Let me pull it up. Hold on one second.
Okay, thank you. I just was curious what he's actually charged with.
Okay. Okay, so let me write this down so I have the total number of charges right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so he's going to be pleading to the two sodomy ones will be, or sodomy in the first degree will be amended to wanton endangerment in the first degree. That'll be 2 counts of wanton endangerment in the first, 5 counts of incest, 2 counts of sodomy in the second degree, 1 count of sodomy in the third degree, and then 2 counts of sex abuse in the first degree.
Okay.
And the total sentence is 15 years. All sex offenses will, it's a 15-year sentence. And I know that, when we had talked, I know that it is a 20% parole eligibility, but I wanted to share with you, even though he'll be eligible for parole, doesn't mean he's going to get paroled, because he has to complete the sex offender treatment program in custody before he's even eligible for the parole board. And there's a backlog on that. The waiting list is over a year to get in, and there's only 2 facilities in Kentucky that offer that program. In addition, he's going to have, it'll be 5, if he does get paroled, which, honestly, I would encourage you to go to the parole board. I believe that you will do that.
Yes.
And, I'll make sure that there's, they have all your information, that you're registered with them. In addition, there's other, he will be a registered sex offender. He will have to complete, upon his release, if he is paroled, the 5 years of post-incarceration supervision, which means that he'll be monitored by probation and parole for that 5-year period. And whatever conditions they place on him, he'll be required to do those as well.
So,
Plus maintain compliance with the sex offender registry.
and that's a life registry, right, for him?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So he's ineligible for probation. He has to complete all requirements of sex offenders, including but not limited to, he'll have to have a pre-sentence sex offender evaluation done before his sentencing.
Yes.
He'll have to do sex offender treatment, and then there's the statutory post-incarceration supervision, and then a lifetime compliance with the sex offender registry.
Okay.
So, you know, that's, and it is a 15-year sentence.
Okay. That's the other thing I was confused about, because she was saying, when she said 8 years on sex abuse and 7 on non, I was worried that it was going to be mashed together and it would make it only 8 years, but it is in fact 15.
It is 15.
Okay.
It is 15, and all the sex offenses will run concurrent for 8 years, then consecutive to 4 years, and 3 years on each count of the wanton endangerment count.
Okay.
It's a total sentence of 15.
And then you were saying, I believe, that it's about 6 weeks after he
pleads that
he'll be sentenced. Okay. And then is there some kind of form that I have to fill out for my impact?
I will, and I will have that for you when I see you next week.
Okay.
That's our victim impact statement. We do a general form. Some people love it, some people hate it. But it's a nice jumping off point with the questions.
That's helpful, because there's just
so much. Yeah, it's a jumping off point, really, and you have the option to write a letter if you wish to do that to the judge instead of using that form. It's whatever your preference is, but I will have that for you.
And I'll be allowed to read that out loud in the courtroom in front of him? Okay. And is there a limit to, like, is it capped at how long it can be or whatever? I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to write a book, but...
Not necessarily, but you have to speak to the judge. You cannot speak to him.
Right, yeah, but he'll be there to hear.
Things in there. Yeah, you can't say things in there that are pointed to, you know, him. I think, you know, you can't, like, yell at him or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm not.
But you can tell. I know you wouldn't do that, but you can talk to the judge, you know, and let them know pretty much what it is. It's an opportunity for you to talk about how this has affected your life.
Okay.
And, you know, we are, you know, and how, you know, and we know that, you know, ultimately you're not thrilled with this resolution. And you know, you can share that if you wanted to.
I just want you to be aware, like, I'm not upset with either of you personally. This is just a personal journey, and this happened to me, and I have to do what I feel is within my right to stand up for myself, because I've been living in fear for so long.
And I understand that, and there is no anger towards you, but the problem is that there were a lot of things that were put out into the open on this case, Samantha, that weren't necessarily represented correctly. And that kind of puts us in a situation where we have to be kind of cognizant of, you know, what's been put out there, because that you know, indirectly, you know, it just doesn't look good. And, you know, we are aware of the letter that you sent the judge. And I'm not here to accuse you of anything or make you feel bad. That is not my job. It never has been. As far as I'm concerned, I felt like I've been very open and honest with you through this entire process. And it's been, you know, a supportive person to you through this process. So
I do believe that is accurate. Yes.
But you know, it's just things became more muddied, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't us being angry at you. We understand that you are a victim. We understand that you've been through hell and back with this. And it took you a long time to get to this point of wanting to talk about it. And I have said from the beginning, I have admired you for doing what you have done already. And, you know, I don't want you to think that this decision was made, you know, to make it. it was made for the best interest of the case and for you and for, you know, what we could reasonably be able to prove at a trial. So I don't think it's a bad resolution. I really, truly don't. I've seen people walk away with a lot less. So, you know, I just want you to know that, you know, Chris wouldn't do anything that wasn't in the best interest of justice. And, you know, I just, you know, I don't know where the disconnect happened, but, you know, I felt like when we met over at the courthouse that, you know, things were we were all on the same page when we all left. And then the news thing came out, and, you know, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And, you know, it kind of put us in a position where we had to be careful about how we were proceeding. And I'm just being honest with you. So, and I don't blame you for any of it. You had to do what you had to do, and you felt was right. You know, here we are. So, you know, I will be there with you next week, and I'll be there with you. I'll stand up with you when you give your victim impact statement. You know, I want you to know that I support you, and I'm here. I've always been here. So.
Well, thank you. The other thing is, once he pleads, is he allowed to leave the state?
No.
Okay. But he was allowed to before he pleads, right? Or no?
I don't think it's really I don't think his attorney would recommend him to leave.
Okay, because he just got back, is from my understanding, because I've heard this through my mom. My mom just moved down to Florida. But a few weeks ago, my brother graduated from military boot camp in South Carolina and was going to be transferred to Virginia for his AIT, and my father went down there and then moved
well,
up
apparently
there.
right now, I guess, you know, while a case is pending, you know, it just kind of depends, but he doesn't have any travel restrictions right now.
Okay, I just wanted to check.
Yeah.
But after he's sentenced, he's not allowed to leave, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because, you know, he's going to have to meet with probation and parole. They're going to have to do a PSI, which is a pre-sentence investigation report. He's going to have the sex offender, pre-sentence sex offender evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things are going to have to be done within that 6-week period, that window that we're going to be waiting for sentencing. So, and he'll be sent to prison once he's sentenced.
Okay.
He'll go in the door that day.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, so it's Tuesday at 10 a.m., right? I think that's what I have in my calendar. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, I have 10:30, but let me just triple check here real quick. Yes, it's at 10:30.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank
Do you have any other questions for me?
No, that's it.
Okay.
Thank
All right.
you.
Well, see you next week. Have a nice weekend.
You too. Bye.